Hello and welcome back. I have here another single stage snowblower. I don't know what happened to my old one. But I was able to get a new one. This one showed up for free. What I do know about it is it's been sitting for about 4 years, hasn't run, and it doesn't run now. Just gonna go through, get it going, and show you how it works. We're getting outside today. Hello? I'll just give you the quick walk around of the snowblower before we start. I don't know, in case you're not sure what a single stage snowblower is, but it's just like a little rubber impeller, and it just throws the snow up out the chute. So the chute, moves around, you can direct it. And the two-stage, it typically has a metal impeller, for lack of the right term, and then a second kind of blower back inside that blows it out. So, in theory, the two-stage or even three-stage is better. It's going to go through more and heavier snow, but what will surprise you is just how much snow these little guys go through and how easy they are to operate. And my whole point is, do you really need a two-stage when this is so much easier and potentially better? And then down at the bottom, maybe you're making that out, right in the center of the screen, it's a little typically plastic blade, and that's a wear item. It'll wear down, and it kind of scrapes your snow up, because you can see the rubber impeller doesn't actually touch the ground, but potentially if you leaned it forward, it would touch the ground or pavement and may clean it better, maybe. So anyway, it is a yard machine, and for those who'd say that this is just an MTD, I don't know what you're talking about, because it clearly says yard machines on the label. But straight gas, no two-stroke, simple, primer, has electric start, don't know why you'd want it, they're so easy to start, because it's just a little wee, like, I don't know what you'd call that, garden tiller engine, weed whacker engine, but super simple, full of snow of course, but everything's full of snow right now. So we'll show you, take her apart, show you what I go through. First thing is check spark. If you got one of these kind of pliers, they make it easy, but to pull that spark plug boot off, I don't know if you're seeing anything, but rather than take off the spark plug, just go grab yourself from your shop of many things and junk a spark plug that probably works. Grunt and groan and shove it in. There, spark plug's in. Grounded on something metal. Okay, I wasn't recording. I'm plugged in. Spark plug grounded. Let's get hopefully in focus. Cover your ears. Hopefully you could see spark there. I did. Next step is to drain the fuel, this bad gas out of here. I have a setup like this. Drains into another tank, and I got a little Vice grip, pinch it off. Got a little clip up there. Clip is off. A little bit of fuel is going to come out. Maybe. Oh, yeah, get this into here. This into here. Vice grips off. And we drain. Oh, still rolling. Have a receptacle for just such an occasion. In case I wasn't rolling before, I'm taking the bowl off of the carburetor. Or draining. There's two. One, you can drain it there as well, but to me this is right at the bottom, so takes it all off. Or most, the one could drain it and then maybe not make such a mess, but whoa. Let's not do that. I got you on the tripod. So what if you can't see? I don't want to drop my camera. Again, 10 mil. Takes off these acorn nuts. There's probably some hoses attached to this cover for the carbonator. The choke, maybe get it out of the way a bit. Should just pull off, but oh, it pulled off. So there's a linkage. Undo it. I'm sure you can't see it. This is for the primer. What I'm interested is inside here, the jet. I'm also interested in the needle here for the float. But I mean, clearly fuel is in the bowl, and the fuel float's fine. It's in here. Is this plugged? I know it's tough for you to see down in there, but there we go. It's like a flat screw. You need a flat screwdriver to undo that. Something like that's not going to work. So the only thing I had was I just used a cheap one and I ground down the edges to fit in there, and it'll come out. Most likely it's in two pieces. There's nothing holding this in, so be a little careful of the float. The smart man would take it out. What does Eric say? There's our prize. So I'm looking through that. I doubt if you can see it, but it's plugged. Hold this up to the light. Make sure all those little holes are unplugged, clear. So that's a pretty small hole there. Now if zip ties and bias plies was here, he could fit part of his anatomy in there, but he's not, so we're gonna have to find something to fit in there. The most common thing I use is like these wire wheels. Just pull off one of these little things. Where are we? And shove her through there. So you got your wire and your jet. Clean out the holes. It's about the best focus I can get you. You're pretty close. Just clean everything out of there. I don't know if you can see, the end of the wire has a bit of a hook on it too, so it's good at scraping out. Then reassemble. Which way did that go? Make sure it's seated. Just giving it a tap. It can kind of hang up a bit. That's upside down. Screw it in, you can't see what I'm doing. Tight, but of course not. Smoking tight. Of course, don't forget your gasket. Mine's not looking 100%, that's for sure. You're not centered in any of this. Should probably aim this so it's easy to drain next time. I definitely did not take that into consideration. Let's get her back on the machine. Okay, you can see there's a green gasket there. That's a good thing. I'm struggling. Linkages. See, probably just gonna want to give that a little twist. A little J-hook. Just so it doesn't come out again. I don't know if I did anything, but there's a little spring. I'm gonna give that a little more J-hook. Because I noticed it wasn't connected. And you're probably not seeing any of that. Have another gasket here that fell in the snow and the dirt. No idea which way it goes on. Look, what looks like to be a PVC hose here. Take it off the head end of it, and I'm putting it on this plastic bit. I think that'll be easier to put it back together. Maybe wrong. Fat head in there. Hooked up that hose again. Probably came off the other end. There, nuts started. Primer line. It's hard to see, but you want to make sure that throttle linkage, can freely move. Snug, but not too snug. Fuel. Back on. Wonderful little clamps. Back up there. I put some clean fuel in already. And it should be filling that bowl right now. See if it runs. Spark plug boot is back in. So I know I said you don't need to plug it in to start. This should be easy to start, but for the purposes of the video, we plug it in. It just makes it easier for me. So are you seeing that? Let's bring you up a bit. It's kind of a kill switch here, but it's your on and off. Of course, make sure that's in. Of course, read your manual. Prime it. Everyone says I prime it too much, so I don't know what they're talking about, but really never too much. But choke. Success! Let's get her down and see how she blows. Actually, I lied. I noticed we're missing a few details here. And I actually noticed that rubber impeller was missing a bolt. So I'm going to fish one out, see if I can find something. And then we'll get her started. Okay, we're back on the ground. And before we get started, you won't be able to hear anything. I was bragging how it can pick up, pack snow. Let's just see if it does. I'm skeptical it's going to do it all, course, if it's hard ice, clear ice, you know, it's not going to do much. But we got some spots where the car's been driving, we've been walking. Let's see what happens. We'll blow some snow into the neighbor's yard. On half choke, maybe. Yep. Full choke. What a 30-second workout. So what are you saying to yourself? It doesn't propel itself. It's not self-propelled, or it doesn't, like, I have to move it, right? But the impeller at the front moves it. So when you're on concrete, when you're on a sidewalk, it'll crawl itself along. You can probably see over there where I was working, I had to push. I mean, I'm on the lawn. Yeah, I had to push it a bit. But it also throws it pretty good. But yeah, there's limitations. There's limitations to everything. But with a two-stage, what you can't do is, you know, this kind of thing. Move it around. You're so much more maneuverable, and you know, you just a little back and forth action, as you saw. I like it. And then the real thing is you can just, you know, lift it up, put it in your van or truck. So easy. I see my bolt came out, didn't hold. But yeah, so that's the new to me single stage snowblower. This is probably the cheapest of the cheap, the lowest end of the lowest end. Sorry, yard machines, but that's the truth. I don't recommend getting this brand. I recommend going with a more expensive oranger or redder branded of single stage snowblower. They're as much as a two-stage, but it'll be worth it. It'll just be a little quieter, a little less vibration, and built, you know, better to a higher standard. Let's get some wide shots. Now this snow, I know there's snow here, but this is a warmer day. I don't know if you're picking up on that, but heavier snow. Let's see how she does. Thanks for watching.